I mean, every single person we know in life speaks of a way. I mean, um, every religion, practice on the face of the earth speaks of their way. The question is there a single way or there are diverse ways to get into things? For anybody to stand up and say this is the only way is literally speaking against what nature represents. Because even in nature, there's not a single way to anything. There are diverse ways to anything you want to get to in this dimension. So, the subject of a single way being the only way to something, sometimes, if you really open up your understanding and be aware of the surroundings that you find yourself, you would know that when you begin to say something or somehow or some way is the only way to something, it sounds really ridiculous. It does. Aquaba, Aquaba, Aquaba. Welcome, 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 everybody to the Melanated Truth. You know, my name is Kojo Bento. I'm always hungry and humble to serve you every time I get the opportunity. And I want to say thank you for staying with me. Thank you for always watching. Thank you for always passing a comment. And thank you for sharing this community to everybody you know, because all of us needs to come to a place of awakening. We need to come to a level of awakening. I mean, regardless of where you are, whatever you want to stay in, at least be awake in that place, because everything works. But that which you think works for you, you need to at least know exactly what it is and just don't leave it out there. So this community is all about growth. It's all about learning. It's all about diving deeper. So if you know anybody that is ready to go deeper in their pursuit of spirituality, then this is the channel, this is the place for you. And I want to say thank you to everybody that is making this family, this family what it is. I want to say a big thank you to the powers that be, to the Creator, our Father, that has made everything possible, to our Mother, the Earth, to the powers that be, the power of the air, the power of the earth, the power of the water dimension, the power of the fire dimension. I also want to say thank you to Esi Ajo Abene Auku Yao Efi Amen. Now Feja him and now from I'm so humble. Thank you to all our fathers and our ancestors and our elders and our leaders that have passed on, moved on to the next life. We know you are only transitioned into another dimension, not that you cease to exist. So we appreciate all that you've done for your great-great-grandchildren and your grandchildren, and we ask that you continue to lead us and direct us to the right dimensions. So today I want to talk about the way. I am the way. This is a popular subject amongst Christian communities, and as a matter of fact, not just Christian community, but every religious sect believed to have their leader, or the one that started the whole movement of that particular religion, to be the one that has the answers and has the key to salvation or to redemption. The only thing is that not everybody on the face of this earth believe in a single way. We have about 7 billion people. China is about 1 point something. India is about 1.2. China is about 1.8, if I'm not mistaken. India is about 1.2. Christendom is about in the ones, and the rest is out there. Don't forget the Muslims as well, or Islam. So no one religion is actually dominating the equation. No one religion. So if every 1.2 something million people, or billion, 1.2 something billion people are following the particular way, does it mean that the rest of the 5.8 people or 5.9 people are lost? These are the numbers that people don't really think about it when they begin to run rampart and say their way is the only way. You get what I'm saying? And if even that is the case, I believe, let me narrow it down to Christianity and Christendom. And I believe the only reason why Christians say this is because of a statement that is made in John 14. One of the things you need to understand that John 14 is the only place in the entire New Testament that speaks about Jesus being the only way. This is a bit sounding like what is in Acts 4 and also Philippians 2 and Isaiah 45. But there's a vast difference even with that. I mean, when you take the other places, Philippians is copied from Isaiah 45 and the same as Acts 2. So when you backtrack that, you know that, okay, the only name that should be called, the only one, is the God of Israel's name, according to the Bible, not according to me. So we are left with John. John is the only person. So when you use the criteria of how a matter is established, according to the very Bible you hold itself, it tells you out of the mouth of two or three witnesses a matter is established. So at least there should be a single place in the scriptures apart from John 14 that talks about Jesus being the only way to the Father. You got what I'm saying? So if we don't find any place else in the scripture that talks about this, then John is questionable. And of course John is questionable because this John supposedly is not the disciple John. So this John started writing the Gospel of John years later. You know this, I've given you the breakdowns already. So now we are left with the only place that this statement is made being the book of John, and the only person that is making this statement, Jesus, being quoted in the book of John as the one that is making the statement that I am the way to the Father. My question is, though, who would you believe more? The Father making a statement, supposedly the Father making a statement, or Jesus making a statement? Who would you believe more? If the Father is declaring himself to be something, and Jesus is saying that I am this is the only path that you ought to follow, therefore the reason why Christians believe the way they do and sees everybody to be condemned, then it means that Jesus' word holds water than the Father, the Creator. I know Christians will say, but they are one. It's not. So if you decide to go with Jesus' word, which is in John, then it means you're literally saying that the Father's word should not be taken serious. And then if you go with the Father's word, Jesus' word should not be taken serious. So whose word would you take it serious? What Jesus is saying according to the Bible, or what the Father is saying according to the Bible? Because you don't understand. Let me read something to you from the Bible, from the book of Jeremiah. Six. Let me start from 11. It says, but I'm bursting with wrath of God. I can't hold it in much longer. So dump it on the children of the street. Let loose on the gangs of youth. For no one's exempted. Husbands and wives will be taken. The old and those ready to die will be taken as well. Their homes will be given away. All they own, even their loved ones. When I give the signal against all who lived in this country, decrees God, or God's decree. So God is the one speaking here through the prophet. Everyone is after the dishonest dollar, which is what is happening in our generation today. Low people and big people are like, everybody is chasing money. Prophet and priest, everyone in between twist words and doctor truth. So everyone is making doctrine out of truth, and priest and prophet, they all twisting words, which is exactly what is happening in our generation, and it's been happening since 2,000 years ago, plus or minus. Words are doctored, words are twisted, words are doctored. So things have become indoctrinated to an extent where people are not necessarily walking on the truth. In as much as they think they are on the path of the truth, they are actually not on the truth, but following something else aside the truth. This is not my words. This is documented. And I'm not saying this is the innate word of the Creator. This is what the very Bible that is the foundation of Christianity is saying. So according to this, not according to, you know me. My people are broken, shattered, and they put on band-aids saying, it's not so bad. This is exactly what is happening in Christians now. People are suffering in the churches. People are really going through it. I'm not saying people are not going through it out there, but people are going through it in the church, which doesn't make sense, because if the church should pioneer every single thing, peace, well-being, joy, and all of that, then nobody in the church should suffer, should go through it. People outside should go through it, and the church should do well, so that the outsiders will look at the church and say that, you know what, this is the way. But I'm telling you, people in the churches are going through it, bandage up, and say, oh, it's well. You know, you ask a Christian brother, a Christian sister, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing well. But you know the person is hungry. Oh, I'm doing, you know the person is going through it. The person is losing their mind. The marriage is on the rocks. Oh, I'm doing well. You know you're not doing well. You're pretentious. You're pretending to be doing well because that is the doctrine that you've been indoctrinated with. That when nothing is going on, just say it's going on. So we are all Christians live in this bubble of lies where you know this is not what it is, but some way, somehow you stick to it and say this is it. And I'm not saying that this is what Jeremiah is saying. Oh, it's not so bad. You just be fine. But things are not just fine. These are not my words. These are not my words. Let me go on. Do you suppose they are embarrassed over this outrage? No. They have no shame. They don't even know how to blush. There's no hope for them because most people have been lied to upon lies and lies and lies, piles of lies, and they are underneath these piles. So even when they remove the first shell, the second layer is there, and the third layer, and the fourth layer. That is how deep the lie goes. That is how deep the doctrine goes. So even when you think you are out of one, you are still stuck up in one. There's no hope for them. They've hit bottom and there's no getting up. As far as I'm concerned, they are finished. God has spoken. Death is on the prowl. God's message yet again. Go stand at the crossroads and look around. Ask for directions to the old road. This is what God is saying. So God is telling his prophet Jeremiah, go and stand in the middle of the crossroads and ask for direction for the old road. Not the new road. Not a new thing. Not something new. Not a new way. Not a new covenant. Not a New Testament, because most people think the New Covenant is the New Testament. So I know Jeremiah said New Covenant, but most people think it's a New Testament. That is why they run with the New Testament. God is saying don't go to anything new. This is the God of the Bible, the God of Israel. The God of Israel. Saying look for the old ways. Look for any ancestor, any elder in Africa, and ask the elder, what are the old ways of our fathers? Nobody in Africa will tell you it's Christianity or Islam or any of these religions. The old ways are our spirituality. So God is saying, go back to the old ways. Christianity is saying, we are here with the new stuff. Get rid of the old stuff. This is Jeremiah. So if you even believe in the Bible and Jeremiah is telling you, go to the old ways, what the heck are you doing going to the new ways and the new doctrines and the New Testament, telling you things that the God of Israel is telling you, run away from? This is not my words. I'm not making this up. It says, go ask for directions for the old ways. How our fathers used to do it. How our great-great-grandfathers used to do it. How our ancestors go and look for the old ways. Oh boy, don't get me started now. Don't get me started. What are the old ways? Yes, the old ways are the ancient intelligence of our fathers. The old ways are the spirituality that our fathers practiced that they have demonized now, saying we've come with a new system. The Bible is telling you, run away from the news, go and ask back. Stop going this new age or new way. Go back to the old ways. I'm not making this up. Go and check your very Bible. They tried. They said, go back to the old way. Ask for direction for the old way. The tried and true road. Oh, my brothers. Oh, my sisters. So, Jesus is saying, I am the way. God is telling his prophet, go back to the old ways. Who would you listen to? The old and tried ways. Go back to the old ways. What are the old ways? I'm telling you, go back to the old ways. What do you think the old ways will be? What do you think the old ways is about? What do you think Jeremiah is talking about? Go back to the... What do you think the old ways is all about? I'm asking you a question. Go back to the old ways. The tried and true road. Then take it. Discover the right route for your soul. Then take it. Discover it. Take it. Discover. It's time we begin to dig into the old ways. What are the old ways? Take that. Discover, for that is the right route for your soul. But they said, nothing doing. We ain't going that way. This is what our generation is saying. We are not going back that way. No, we are not doing this way. We are not going back to the new. No. We are not going back to the old ways. The old ways are demonic. Our ancestors had no knowledge. They were misled. They were evil. We are going back to new ways. We are going back to the ways of religion. We are going to the ways of Christianity. We are going to the ways that these people introduced to us, that they had no idea what they were even doing, but they gave it to you to do it. If you believe in the Bible, and you believe in the God of the Bible, then the God of the Bible is telling you, go back to the old ways. Do you still think Jesus is the way? God telling you the only way to your soul's salvation is the old way. Did you hear God say, I'm bringing something new which will become the new way? I am the way. Listen, whatever you do, do it well. So if Christianity is what you do, shine your eyes, open your eyes, and do it well. And go back to the old ways. The old tried and true way. Discover the old ways and take it up. For that is the true path for your soul. Bless you guys. You know I love you. I just wanted to leave something short for today. You know what? We are opening our eyes. We are shining our eyes to see well. To see well the scales that they've thrown on our eyes so that we will not know the truth. This is truth season. This is a season of going back to the old ways. This is a season of going back to the traditions of our fathers. Stay blessed. Wait. Let me correct myself. Not tradition, spirituality. Tradition can be tricky. Tradition can be tricky. Spirituality and the intelligence of our fathers. Now I can sign off. Stay blessed. I love you guys. Mwah.